welcome to the galley. In the galley today, one of my favorite things always to make is that one pan or one pot dinner. And for me, the one pot chicken and orzo, no matter how you flavor it, just one of my all-time favorite things. Absolutely adore orzo. And today I slowly oven roasted some beautiful tomatoes. So delicious. We're going to go with that in there. I've got some fresh spinach we're going to go in there with. And, you know, this is just one of those dinners that you can have on the table in 30 minutes because this is only going to cook for about 15 minutes. So an easy dinner to get on the table. So let's just jump right in. So for my spice blend for the chicken, I'm going to go just equal. So I've got 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm going to do a teaspoon garlic, onion. And then I'm going to kind of mimic a little bit of what I roasted the tomatoes with. And that was basil, rosemary, thyme, and oregano. But for this, I think I'm just going to go basil, some dried basil. And again, we're just going to go equal teaspoon. And some oregano. I think the rosemary might be a little too much and take over, so I'm not going to do the rosemary. And then I'm going to add some paprika because I love paprika. And this new paprika that I've been getting from this one spice company is so amazing. Now I'm doing this with chicken thighs because they're my favorite. You can absolutely do chicken breast. I just don't cook a lot of chicken breast. It's pretty much thighs for me. And I have 4 chicken thighs. Now, these thighs were bone-in, skin-on, but I cut the bone out, and I'm just going to save those in the freezer to make chicken stock at a later date. You can go skin on, skin off, totally up to you. I am going to go skin on because I love the skin. And part of the reason I cut that bone out is this dish cooks so fast. And really, if you leave the bone in, you need to cook these probably a good 30 minutes. And this dish is only going to cook for about 12 minutes. And then again, I'm going to cut these in half. And if you are, you know, looking to feed more people, this is a great thing too. But I'm just doing this again so that this will cook in time. So my chicken will be cooked in time. So I don't know if you ever read Irma Bombeck, and she talked about bread into pork chops like 3 times to stretch out her food budget so you can just get cutting your chicken. So now I'm going to use that seasoning mix, and I want to season both sides of my chicken. And don't be shy here. And you know what I did? I went to put a little pepper in there, and I forgot. So we're gonna get some pepper here. I've been forgetting my pepper a lot lately. I think Billy put a pepper curse on me. Forget my pepper. He's not answering. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to season this side, and then we're going to come down here for this one pot because everything's going to happen down here in the pot. Or the pan. It's really a pan, not a pot. So what I'm going to use today are these tomatoes that I oven roasted. I can't tell you how beautiful these jewels are. And it's a separate video, and the recipe is going to be linked in with the recipe to make these. If you don't make your own oven roasted tomatoes, then just substitute sun-dried tomato. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon of avocado oil, but you can absolutely do olive oil here. This is not going to get hot enough that it's going to burn. We're going to start the skin side down. If you left the skin on, 3 minutes aside. So my 3 minutes are up. I'm going to flip, and then we're going to cook another 3 minutes. All right, so now I'm going to take that chicken out and set it aside. And to my pan, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to melt. Now, I did like a fairly large shallot, but you could do like a half a cup of diced onion or a couple small shallots. And I'm going to add those. And give those just about 2 minutes to start softening up. To those, I'm just going to add some crushed red pepper flakes. This is optional. But but I like to put it in here when it's hot, and it just opens those oils up. And then we have the rest of that seasoning blend that we made, and we're going to put that in there. I did 3 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to add that garlic. And that doesn't take very long at all. I've got a good tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And then I'm going to go in with 1 cup of Orzo. Now this is just for Billy and I, so this is plenty of pasta for us. But if you want to increase this, just do 2 cups of stock or liquid to 1 cup of Orzo. And I want to get my Orzo in there and let that toast and just collect all those seasonings and oils into it. And just give that a minute to toast. All right, so to this I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken stock. I've got about a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to add those. I'm going to tell you, if you're doing sun-dried tomatoes, probably do about a cup. You can really kind of do as much or as little as you want. I'm going to stir that up. I'm going to nestle all of this chicken back in here. I'm going to bring this to a boil. And then we're just going to let this simmer about 10 minutes. So bring this to a boil. Put the heat back up. All right, so we're at a boil here. So I'm just going to pop a lid on this, and I'm going to reduce the heat and let this simmer for 10 minutes. So I want to talk to you about the spinach. I have this fresh spinach here, which, yes, is a little more work. You can buy that baby spinach that's already in the bag or the plastic containers. But I just prefer this fresh. I'm just going to pick the big stems off. And I find the best way to wash your spinach, any kind of leafy greens like this, really hold a lot of dirt and sand. And I like to put them in the water and then pick them up out of it and let all of that sand and debris fall to the bottom. If you did this and dumped it out, then all that sand and stuff is going to pour right back into it. And also for us, you know, we're always trying to conserve water, so I don't want to just open my faucet and run water all over my spinach or whatever that I'm washing. So I can just do a little bit in the bowl here. You know, if you just buy that baby spinach that's already in the bag and clean, then obviously you don't have to do this. You can just dump it in. If you substitute kale, then chop your kale up really fine and add it before you put your chicken back in. And I'm looking and I see I'm pulling just a little hard over there. So I'm not get this cleaned off. I just love those easy one pan kind of dishes. And you know, you can substitute zucchini or yellow squash here for the spinach. Again, I would add that before I added the chicken back in. But this fresh spinach like this, it doesn't take any time to cook. And it shrivels up so much that you don't even have to cut it. Just wash it. I can feel the sand and the dirt on my fingers. So I'm getting ready to go on a trip to see family. I'm going to go to Colorado, and I'll get to see my mom, which I'm happy to see you. Hi, Mom. And I won't say how old she is. She gets upset. I say embrace your oldness, but she doesn't yet. And so I've been spending a couple of days just making videos so that while I'm gone, I have videos to do. And so it was time to make chicken stock. It's that time of the year, right? So it's September, and so we're getting into soup and stew season. So I've done 3 using the chicken stock that I made last October. So love that beautiful, fresh stock, you know, so good, so beautiful. And I didn't want to do just soups. I did 2 soups, so we're doing one of my favorites, one pan meal over here. All right, I think I got all of my spinach done. Now you can just pick this up out of here and into a colander and let it drain. I'm just going to put mine on a flour sack towel here. We had a rainy day, but now it's really pretty. The sunset looks pretty out there. And just really give it a good mixing up in there, and just don't let it touch the bottom. Probably can't see in here because of this. I needed a glass bowl. How much dirt? There's quite a bit of dirt in there actually. So I'm just going to roll this up in my flour sack towel, and then that's going to be ready for us when we go to put it in. And I think I'm also going to do a lemon to finish this off, with a little fresh lemon juice and lemon zest, just to brighten it all up. Now this lemon juice and lemon zest is optional, but I really think it's going to add nice brightness to finish this dish off with. And I have a lot of lemons, so why not use them? So my 10-minute timer went off. So I'm going to once again remove the chicken. I am going to add that lemon zest that we made. And I'm going to squeeze probably a half of that lemon in there because it's a juicy lemon. Make sure I get all the bits kind of broken up from the bottom while I'm in here. And then in with my spinach. I'm a big spinach lover. So it's going to cook down fast. Doesn't take it long. Isn't that beautiful? The colors are so pretty. And now we're going to pop that chicken back in there and let this go for another 2 minutes. And I like to give my Orzo a test. You know, every day is different and every pasta time is different. So check your Orzo, and I could definitely use another 2 minutes. You wouldn't want it kind of a little bit creamy. So definitely going to go another 2 minutes. I'm going to nestle this in here. I'm going to pop the lid on. Look how beautiful. Doesn't that look delicious? Pop the lid on. I'm going to go another 2 minutes. And then we'll be back. So there's the timer. So I want to check my Orzo. Make sure it's nice and cooked. And soft. It is perfect. I like that little bit of lemon. That really brightened it right up. So off we go. And let's just have a peek at this masterpiece we created. The great thing about this is just how versatile it is, really. It's a chicken and a cup of Orzo, 2 cups of liquid, and the possibilities are endless. But can you just see how beautiful this is? Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? So delicious. So easy. So next time you need a nice, easy, pair this with a salad, some nice focaccia bread. Delicious. And those tomatoes, it's like biting into tomato candy. They are so delicious. One of my all-time favorite things. Love those slow roasted oven tomatoes. There's one right there. So it's dinner time for us. It's been a long day. So we're going to continue our fight with the AC and getting all these videos done before I head up to Colorado. Bye, everybody. I love having you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the support. And I'll be seeing you real soon. Bye, y'all.